So typically when you're lean bulking, you want to have this kind of idea, right? You do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you might be wondering, well, what is that, right? 5 vegetables, 4 fruits, 3 protein, 2 carb, and 1 treat. Wait, what is he doing? Hey, bro. Yo,
What's up?
what are you doing?
Oh, I'm filling the cart with candy.
Why?
Oh, because it's gonna help me get big, right?
No, it's not. Peanut butter M&Ms, Milky Way, Twix. How's that gonna help?
Calories. The more calories, the better, right?
Not necessarily. So that's what most people might think, right? You can eat whatever you want. You can basically do whatever you want and just get gains, right? Is that what you think?
That's exactly what I thought.
Okay, so that's not always the case. So today I'm going to take you guys through my grocery lean bulking haul. We're going to talk about what I do, what I don't, and kind of how I stay lean on a bulk, how I approach a growing phase as someone that is trying to do bodybuilding in the future. So let's get into it. And also I'll be teaching him along the way on how to properly shop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so here's what you have to remember when you're bulking, cutting, dieting. It doesn't matter. Calories determine your body weight. Macro and micronutrients determine your body composition. So whether you're going to be energized, whether you're going to look good, you're going to look soft, you're going to look fluffy, you're going to look hard, you're going to look dry, you name it. So we're going to start off with 5 vegetables that I personally would go with that I think that are solid options for an overall balanced diet. We went over 5 vegetables, 4 fruits. We went over 3 protein, 2 carb, 1 treat. You can mix that up. You don't have to do 5 vegetables. You don't have to do 4 fruits. You can mix that in, in a variety, right? So this is what I personally would do. So I got strawberries. Again, it's going to keep you satiated, which is the feeling that makes you feel fuller. So yeah, satiation is basically when your body says, I've had enough. It's that feeling. Sometimes it can be hard, especially depending on the person, to feel that way. But that's typically the feeling you want to get after a meal, especially when you're lean bulking, so you don't go over your calories, and on a cut so that you don't go way over your calories, especially because excess surplus of calories just equals excess fat gain. And if you go over your calories on a cut, then that's not good, obviously. We have raspberries. We have banana. This is going to be really, really good fiber, going to be a really good source of carbs before the gym. We got some cucumber, which again is going to leave you feeling satiated after you eat it. And then we have apples. These are going to be a slower digesting carb, but they're going to also make you feel satiated. And to be completely honest, I just love apples. And lastly, potatoes. Potatoes are by far the best thing you could probably have with any diet. A lot of people say rice, a lot of people say chicken, It really is the best thing you could have, potatoes, because not only are they an absolute powerhouse of a carb, but they leave you feeling very satiating, meaning you have potatoes before the gym, you have potatoes after the gym, you're gonna feel full, you're gonna recover properly, they're gonna fill you up for the workout. It's the best of both worlds, and it's incredible. So I think that personally, my favorite carb source is a potato by far. But you could do rice, you could do a lot of different options, which I'm also going to show you here in a second. If you guys haven't, make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe. We're going to continue to do videos like this. We're going to continue this grocery haul, and I'm going to show you some other stuff you can get if you're trying to lean bulk up, if you're a little bit of a hard gainer, other stuff that I will use for fats, for carbs, and for protein, healthy options, of course. All right, let's go see what MJ got for his carbs.
Got my carbs, dude. What do you think? I think these are wonderful. Say get some carbs, I got them.
Okay, so like I said, he picked donuts as his carb source, right? So here's the problem with that. Donuts are very, very processed foods. They're gonna be very, very high in sugar. Now, could you, yes, in moderation, have a donut before the gym, after the gym? Of course, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is the macro and micronutrients. Calories determine your body weight. Macro and micronutrients will always determine your body composition. So while you could eat something like that before the gym, it's not going to give you a satiating feeling. It's not going to allow you to get the proper nutrients your body needs to grow, to function, to have proper energy like the potato would give you. But again, it really is preference. I can't tell you what you can or cannot do, but you probably should put those back. So outside of bread, which I don't need because again, I already have bread and stuff like that, you're going to want to get a bread, preferably all white bread, sourdough bread, minimal ingredients. You're going to want 1 or 2 grams of dietary fiber per every 10 to 15 carbs. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump in. So that was the list of just vegetables, fruit. We're going to go ahead now and jump into protein. So what are the 2 or 3, maybe 4 protein sources that I like? I personally like to stick to ground turkey. I like steak. I like chicken, beef, bison.
I got a good protein source right here. Premier Protein. These frozen waffles, no time to make them. Just throw them in the toaster.
So a lot of people would go buy stuff like this. Premier Protein, protein waffle, protein ice cream, Halo Top. All that stuff is great, right? You can have these in your diet. It gives you an opportunity to have food that you might enjoy, you might miss. I totally get that. But you also have to understand a lot of that is going to be off. Nutrition labels are actually allowed to be off by up to 20%. So I really wouldn't go with options like that personally. Plus, most of them are going to be overpriced. But yeah, protein sources you want to stick to mainly the 3 big ones. Meat, like lean meat, eggs, and then like whole foods, like, you know, you get protein from bread, milk, fat-free cheese, stuff like that. So really the 3 main sources that protein will come from, essentially. So we're going to go ahead and I got to get this guy under control, but we're going to go ahead and move on to the carbs. All right, so when it comes to carbs, typically I just stick to potatoes, rice, but here are some other options for you. Rice Krispie cereal or Cheerios, any cereal that is just rice-based, like whole grain rice cereal. Before people say sugar, oh my gosh, it has sugar. Yes, it will have a little sugar. The cereal won't, but this will have sugar in it, but it actually is gonna help you. So MJ, you're a big sugar enthusiast, isn't that right?
600 grams a day. I am.
Okay, so this actually could work as a pre-workout. Like this actually could help you in the gym. So hypothetically, if you don't go overboard, because the common theme with this is that you're more likely to overeat on something like this than you would something like this. And by the way, this is going to give you a lot more energy. Eat this about an hour before you work out. This you want to eat during a workout or like 10-15 minutes prior, but actually could help you. Some other options: rice cakes, 2-3 of them before the gym with some honey on them, maybe some peanut butter, the slow digestion, get the fat, you know, get your fat intake up a little bit. Another really good option that I personally like, and it helped me all my cut because the portion is very, very filling and it's low calorie, 200 calories a bag, good amount of fat in it and good carbs. Post-workout, pre-workout, can't beat that. MJ left this in the cart. Definitely want to stay away from stuff like this, any chocolate, any slow digestion, you know, slow digesting foods. It's not going to benefit you as much as something like this would. Protein's done, carbs are done. Obviously, you can play with that as far as how you want to eat, what you want your carbs to look like. Now we're going to move on to the last, but definitely not the least, because it keeps your hormones in check, your fats. Protein, other sources, we also have egg whites. We have Greek yogurt, you know, lots of good options. So fat sources, we get fats every day, right? Healthy fats, unsaturated fats, saturated fats, unhealthy fats. You want to stick to the main 3, okay? You know, you got stuff like eggs, you got stuff that has fat in it automatically, Greek yogurt, whole milk, stuff like that. I wouldn't really recommend that. But for actual fat intake, like for your hormones, nuts, 92 dark chocolate. Dark chocolate has a lot of good fats. This one, per square or per 3 pieces, 20 grams of fat. And then Jif peanut butter. You put this on some bread, toast it up, sourdough bread with the Jif. Gonna be a really good option for you. You also can add stuff like olive oil and stuff to get extra fat. But I would say one thing, make sure you track your calories, okay? Download MyFitnessPal, download Macro Factor, whatever Track your calories. So many people underestimate how many calories they eat, or they overestimate. I know people that say, dude, I can't gain weight, it's so hard, but they don't know how much they're eating. They're not even eating 2,000 calories a day, and they think they're eating 5,000. I know people that think they're eating 2,000 calories, but they're eating 5,000. You have to understand, tracking is measurable. Anything that is measurable is adjustable. Anything that is not measured is not adjustable. So you have to measure your progress by tracking your calories, tracking your progress, seeing if you're getting stronger in the gym. Am I leveling up, or am I losing strength? Because if I'm losing strength and I'm not leveling up, I'm probably not making progress, and I'm probably losing gains. The thing I recommend: zero sugar syrup, zero sugar soda, ice cream bars, like you could do Halo Top instead of Breyers. You could do Quest instead of like normal Reese's, right? All that stuff's also going to help you. I wouldn't say I would supplement it for actual protein, but I do think it's a good option, guys. And last but not least, we covered the 5 vegetables, the 4 fruits, the 3 protein, the 2 carbs, and the 1 treat. We are finally here. We all have limited time on this planet, so we do have to enjoy ourselves. Not everyone is going to sit home and just eat clean all day. I totally get that. So for my treat, again, in moderation, you kind of have to pick. What are you going with?
Don't mind if I do. Go with all these. This is just a light snack.
Probably want to keep it somewhat healthy, and probably go with some Kit Kat Thins or some Hershey Bites or something like that, just to keep it somewhat moderate, or maybe some Sour Patch Kids at the gym here and there. And that really is it. It really is that simple. You don't need to eat 100% clean. You can't eat 100% dirty. I mean, you can, but again, micronutrients, macronutrients, calories determine your weight. Macro and micronutrients determine your composition, how muscular you appear, how soft you are, stuff like that, how much body fat you have. If you're cutting, eat to stay full, and if you're bulking, just eat to stay consistent so you can perform better than last time in the gym, and you will see results. But go ahead, drop a like, subscribe. Go ahead and comment below. Are you bulking right now? Are you cutting? Let me know. And if you guys have any videos you want to see or anything, let us know. I'm about to get out of here, and God bless. All right, guys, grocery haul is done. What better way to be productive than go buy groceries and then order the big... This guy, he said he's very hungry, takes me to this pizza place, Benito's Pizza, and he orders the big Benito. This thing is supposedly 24 inches.
$40.
And you're gonna eat the whole thing?
Well, I'm eating the whole thing. That's a light snack right there. Could barely fit out the door. Large cheese pizza, just for me. It's no, MJ size.
Hey! Oh my God! Holy crap! Oh, that's gigantic! You ain't gonna eat all that. Are you? Huh?
All right, I usually don't tell people this because I want them to be fat and me to be skinny. But
Okay.
basically, the key is you eat a piece and then you just walk up and down the street 10 times, and then you eat another piece, and then the calories don't count. They don't, I'm telling you.
I know. I used to do that when I was younger. I know all about it.
My dad was super concerned last night, saying that I'm like anorexic. Like I have anorexia. And he was saying that I don't eat enough. So I'm very concerned about that. So I need to up the calories from probably 8,000 a day to probably 12,000. He thinks I'm anorexic.
Your dad thinks you're skinny?
Yeah, he thinks I'm gonna die from being too skinny.
I think you're perfect. So it's
That's not what he thinks. He thinks I'm a disappointment.
Oh, good Lord.